This is Professor Michael Chapman. I'm one of the most experienced IVF doctors in Australia. I believe that an important part that I can contribute is to educate patients in relation to fertility, infertility, and all that involves. These series of podcasts help to educate you. I hope they are helpful to you. If you wish to know more, however, I'm more than happy to have you contact me via email, which is profmchapman@gmail.com, or make an appointment to see me on 9138 4222.
Jen asks, if IVF doesn't work, what's the next best option? And she asks, what are your clinic success rates for someone above 30?
Well, for our particular clinic, I mean, we've only been going 15 months, so we've got relatively small numbers to say, we're bloody good. But at the moment, I've just actually today looked at the My Success website, and our success rates are above national averages in the high 30s. And for women under 35, it's climbing up towards 40%. And that, there are clinics that are claiming slightly higher rates, but there's a lot of clinics that we're doing far better than. And we should be, because I've recruited top scientists, which is the key to success. And our team is, we're very pleased with our results, to be honest.
What's the next best option if IVF doesn't work, Prof?
Well, it depends what the cause of the IVF failure is. And when does IVF not work? I've certainly had patients pregnant after 10 attempts. Keep on trying if it fails the first time. And beyond that, if the failure is because of egg quality, women over the age of 40 who get eggs but they don't fertilize, or they don't grow onto good blastocysts, or when they got genetically tested, they're abnormal embryos, there is obviously the path of egg donation. Likewise, on the sperm side, if the sperm is poor and fertilization rates are poor, donor sperm is certainly an option. But behind all that is, before you give up, talk to someone that's an expert. That's my message.
Prof, do you accept out-of-town patients? And if so, how long should they stay in your area until the procedure is done?
We run a lot of patients from the countryside. I've got 2 or 3 from Wagga and Orange at the moment going through, and even interstate, because we could do virtually all of it remotely. Once we establish that, what the issues are, done all the testing, and that can be all done locally, I consult by Zoom, and then ultimately, when it comes to the cycle, we can arrange medications to be delivered anywhere in Australia. We set up arrangements with local pathology and ultrasound services, so that ultimately you could probably fly in 2 days before the egg collection and be around for another 5 days to have the embryo put back, or even go back home and come back for the embryo transfer. So it's all doable at a distance, and we have lots of patients like that. So
what about overseas patients, Prof? People like in the United States, where they pay really high prices for IVF?
Yes. I've only had one. We do have a number of Asians, though, coming down from Hong Kong and Singapore in particular, because there are certain restrictions in some of those countries where single women, for instance, can't get treated with IVF. Even couples, if they're not married and have a marriage certificate, they're not allowed to come down and go through IVF in their country. And we do exactly the same thing. We can get medication to them, and they fly in those last few days before the egg collection and go home, a week later.
Prof, Jen asks, is there available counselling or support in your clinic as well for couples going through IVF?
It's a mandatory requirement of every IVF unit that they do have an internal counselling service. So at Life Fertility, we have Pam Verenda, who's been counselling IVF patients for 30 years. So she's available on a regular basis to talk to our patients and provide support when things aren't going well, both emotionally, well, obviously it's mainly about emotions, but also informing them about in the donor area what the responsibilities and implications of going down the donor route. So yes, we have a counsellor, but every clinic does.
And Prof, are the counselling services more around the IVF cycle, or are these trained psychologists who also provide psychological counselling?
Yeah, I mean, what we provide, what the clinic provides within its management fees is access to a counsellor during the cycle. Subsequently, those counsellors do normal psychological counselling, and because they've had expertise in fertility, they are attuned to the longer term issues when things don't go well. Those counselling sessions are not included in the base price of IVF. They are normal counselling costs.
And don't forget that you can access all the previous episodes by going to our website www.theivfjourney.com and select IVF Journey podcast from the navigation menu.